Hi folks, welcome back. Right, I've got a little follow-on from my last video. I've been making up these masterboards with the book pages. I've done a few, as you can see. I backed them with Amazon packaging, yeah? The kind of thing you get in the big rolls, in the big sheets. I've got some here, just to show you. You know, this sort of thing. And what I've done, I've ironed it, so it's nice and smooth. And then I've stuck it down as best I could. It has gone a bit ruckled, but I'm not really bothered about that. But I think that's, quite a cheap and sort of cheerful back covering, to use for anything really. Because I do like to use my tea dye papers, but I haven't got many left. And I do think sometimes they tend to be a bit pale, or they don't look quite as nice, I don't think, as the craft colour. So yeah, so that's what I've done with this. Well, what I'm going to do with these is cover them completely, well, more or less, with these pieces of ephemera that we've got knocking about. I've got so many hanging about from different kits that I've, downloaded off Etsy, and they're just all sitting there. There's loads. I've got like a wallet full of them, and I thought I need to start using this lot because it's just pointless. It's just all sitting there. So what I've done, this is what I did the other day. The video should be up. This is the Mod Podged, well, I didn't Mod Podge it, tell a lie, it's PVA, watered down PVA covering, and then underneath the same idea. And then I use these washi stickers and washi tape to make this sort of finish. Here's one here, look, that I haven't actually trimmed. I haven't trimmed the paper. This one's a bit less busy. I've coated them, so that there's a little bit of a sheen to it, but not too much, because the PVA was watered down quite a bit. This one's not as not got as much detail, but I think it's left me a bit of scope for adding a few other bits and bobs on, maybe a few book plates or words or whatever. But yeah, on this one I've used the rolls of washi and I've just stuck them on, random. Must admit, I like the pale colours better. I'm not so keen on the darker ones because they just stick out a little bit. I don't know, they might look okay once it's been cut into tags and, journal cards or whatever. But that's the one. And then the other one, I just used this roll of sort of washi stamps, I suppose you might call them. And then these are the bigger ones that you get. But these, I want to do something different. I want to go back to using the ephemera. And all I'm going to do is just plonk them on. I'm not going to cover the whole of the book page, the masterboard. I'm just going to put on as much as I can to get through the stash, really. Same with, I've done 2 12x12s, but I have got some more 12x12s that I can dig out the stash, that aren't really usable, in our stuff. And I've got quite a few, to be fair. They're too good to throw away, because they're good for all sorts, aren't they? If you want to make envelopes or backing papers or anything like that, or if you just want to use the card, they're handy. If you want to use it as a background for tags and things. So it is, then we don't want to be chucking stuff out, do we? Especially if we've bought them. So I'm a bit reluctant to throw things out, really. Instead of hoarding them, I'm going to try and use as much as I can, and then start getting some stuff together. Get some journals made. I've been a bit lazy, I must admit, just lately. I've not been doing much, and I have sort of slacked off a bit with the channel. I am really chuffed though. I've had a few new subscribers, so thank you so much, guys, for sticking with me, and all you ones that are sort of popping on, or new ones that find me. I'm really chuffed. But it is what it is, isn't it? You're getting I think us crafters, we get in a bit of a rut where we sort of get bored with what we're doing, I suppose, and then you start watching people, don't you? You start watching other crafters on YouTube, and for me personally, that helps me get my mojo back. I come across somebody and I think, oh, that looks interesting, and then that's it. Then I'm back on board. I do sort of do that quite a lot, to be fair. And I go back to my old faves as well. I do like Camellia Craft Designs. I love Treasure Books. I love Joy DeFee. She's not been on though just lately. She posted that she's having a bit of a break for a while. But I do go back to these channels, regular, and rerun. Watch the reruns as you do. Watch Tina, Shabby Dabby Doo Dah. And then I found a lady in the Netherlands called Margareta, I think her name is, and it's what was the name of it now? 7 something, I think. I'll have a look, and I'll link them. I'll link the channels so you can head over and dig out what they're doing as well. And I've been watching a lady called Miss Paint a lot. She's from the north of England. Really lovely lady. She goes on with her partner or husband or whatever, and they do lives. And she's been doing a lot of Edith Holden, so I do love to get on and watch, see what she's doing, see what she's creating. She's doing accordion folders at the moment, and I am sort of working along with her, to do my own. It's not Edith Holden, it's just Tim Holt, I think it is, like Tim Holt's Bits and Bobs. So yeah, there's loads out there, loads of people that we all love to follow. And I must admit, when we were in this lockdown, which we seem to be like heading a bit back that way, I think, because so many of us are coming down with this cough and cold again, and we're all sort of staying put. We're not going out. Well, I know I'm not. I'm like, oh, that's upside down. Oh, actually, I'm going to put it different anyway. I'm sort of being a bit careful again, and I think it's a bit scary, thinking, oh, are we going to go back down this road of, lockdowns and stuff like that again? I don't think we will, but, well, you never know. I think China was in lockdown for a long time. They didn't come out their lockdowns, I think they stayed in a lockdown. But yeah, it's a pretty weird, mad world we're in at the moment. It's not good. And then you've got all this bad weather as well. That's not good at all. My heart goes out to all the people who are stuck in the middle of it. It's just awful, real awful. Right, we're getting there. Look, it's coming together, isn't it? I'm putting different colours on, like bit of a mixture. I shouldn't have put that there in the middle, because obviously now it being very small, it's going to mean I've got to put small stuff around it. So yeah, we'll pull in the smaller bits. I must admit, these pieces, I sort of cut them all out when I get the kits. I mean, I haven't had any kits for a long time. And then I use them along with the backing sheets, the kits that come with them, the bits and bobs that come with them. And I sort of don't really want to mix, at the time, I didn't want to mix them. I was like eager to make a whole folio or whatever with the same kit or the same bits of ephemera, or just stick to one sort of thing, one style, you know what I mean? So it tends to sort of restrict you from using just all sorts, putting all sorts together. So I wanted to do this. I wanted to do a bit of a all sort thing. Oh, that's got a number on. I better put that right way around. put this one down here, I think. Hey, I hope I'm in frame. I didn't actually check. Well, I did, but that was when I signed up. Yeah, another reason why I've been a bit slack with the old uploading. I had a disaster with the camera setup. Well, I haven't got a camera. Tell a lie. This is basic. You know, nothing fancy. It's just my phone. And of course, your phones aren't okay. They're not made for doing loads of videos, are they? So my phone is sort of getting a bit annoyed with me. If I do more than 1 or 2 videos, you know, it says storage is full, you know, and it won't back up, or it won't let me do any more, you know. So I do tend to have to do a video, upload it to YouTube, and then delete it, then do another one, you know. So I might be doing this and it might cut off, you know, halfway through, because that's what happened with a couple of my videos. I think it was like around about Christmas time. I did a few videos and then halfway through it just went off and I just scrapped a lot. I just got so annoyed with myself because I knew that, you know, everything I'd done and spoke about, it was all kaput. You know, I was talking to myself for probably about 40 minutes or so. Right, now we need some little ones. Right, let's talk about the kits I've got and what I've sort of used here. I've got a lot of Tina here, digitals these are, that you download off Etsy. They're not expensive, they're only a couple of quid, so it's ideal if you've got a good printer. I haven't got a printer anymore, so I'm you might say I'm hoarding my digitals because I knew I wouldn't be able to get non-printed off for a bit. My sister always offers, because they've got HP instant ink, so they're allowed so many a month. So when I do go down to my sister's, she always says, bring your stuff if you want to get something printed off, you know. And I do think, oh, if I can link my Etsy account off my phone to her printer, I'm sure I can. I don't think I've got to go into a PC. Then I'll be able to print off a few more, because I have got some that I bought and I haven't even managed to print them off because my printer just went, you know, went on me. Did the it was an old one, and I'd used their ink, you know, the Epsom ink, and then it got a bit expensive, so I started using different inks, and then I was like, this isn't working again. It was spitting the ink out, you know. It wasn't happy. It was my own fault because I wasn't using their ink. But yeah, so I ended up slinging the printer. So I do need to invest in one, and then ideally I want to get my own little PC set up. My son's going to build me one. He's got his own PC, but I don't like to, you know, to bother him, you know, and mither him. But if I had my own set up, then I'd be able to do, you know, do my own stuff. Right, there's one. I'm happy with that. It's different. I will chop into it on camera, so it, you know, I might do a blind, you know, flip it, cut it blind. We won't know what's going on, yeah. So I might do that on camera. That'll be the next video. Well, I'll probably do the other one as well. Cut the other one up. So alright, I'm gonna get these down now as well while I'm at it. We'll see what we can do. I have sort of got down a few of my tags and tuck spots and journal cards. I have like gone through them. Well, when was it now? Did a bit of a sort out just after Christmas. I must admit, I chucked a load away. You know, they were like early stuff that I'd done. When I first started doing bits and bobs, things I sort of kept, thinking, oh yeah, I'll keep that because it was the first thing I did, or it reminded me of like how sort of, you know, basic it was. Or but then I thought, no, I'm not going to keep these. It's silly, it's pointless. And a few of the tags were looking a bit sort of tatty because I'd used like different glues that weren't really suitable, you know. I didn't use wallpaper paste. I have done that in the past when the kids were little, because we've got no glue to make wallpaper, not wallpaper paste, flour and water. That's what we used to use when we was kids. We didn't have glue. Mum used to say, flour and water, that'll do. Yeah, so I must admit, like some of the stuff that I did, you know, the stuff would be peeling off, you know, it just, because the glue that I used wasn't suitable, you know. Cheap Pritt sticks, well, not Pritt, but, you know, cheap glue sticks, things like that I'd got knocking about, things like that. So I've been really strict with myself. And another thing I've done is I took a fancy to books with flowers in, books with birds in, books with butterflies in. And I cut them up, you know, fussy cut them or use the pages, whatever. And I've ended up with a lot. And I thought, right, this is ridiculous. You are not going to use these books in a lifetime. No way. So I've been real sort of strict and thought, no. So what I've done is looked at a book, sort of pulled out the best pages, as you do, you know, and thought, right, okay, I'll just keep so much of that, and so much of that, and so much of that. And that's what I've done. My favourite books, though, like me Edith Holden's and me Concise British Floras and wildflower books and things like that. And I've also got new books that I've come across that I've bought myself and stuff I've had given me at Christmas. You know, I'll keep those, obviously. But the old ones that I've been collecting over this last sort of year or so, I suppose you might say, year and a half, I've thought, right, no, these can be sort of thinned out. So that's what I've done. And it's given me sort of a bit of a chance to have a clear out and look at what I actually want to use and what I actually like using, you know. And it's helped me find sort of my own style, I suppose. I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether you could say I've got a style. I don't know. You know, it's not neither here nor there. It's just what sort of what I like to do. But yeah, I have sort of managed to go through my digital kits as well, and realise what my favourites are, you know, and what I want to keep. And I have got, like I said, these two boards here. There's mainly Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah. There's a bit of Victoria Designs. There's a bit of My Porch Prints here. You know, not much, only like a few things. And then we've got like a couple of, I think there's a Janie B Designs, Janie B, I think her name is. There's a few different ones, but I don't know if a lot of them aren't available anymore. Because when I've gone back on my Etsy to find stuff, it's like this is unavailable, or this shop is unavailable. So I don't know whether a lot of companies have closed. You know, because they've not had any trade, I suppose. You know, during the lockdown. But then again, you'd think it would have been busy during lockdown. Because I know this is all I was doing. Right, we're getting there. All I'm going to do now is, I don't want to completely cover all the text. I think I said that earlier, didn't I? So all I'm going to do now is get a couple of little ones. I nearly used my pile, so I'm really chuffed. I knew it'd be hard to use all the pile because I knew I wasn't going to be sticking all over, you know, the whole thing. Like, you know, I was going to be leaving gaps here and there, sort of thing. But yeah, I know, you know, I'm really chuffed that, yeah, I don't know whether you can see the quality as well of the printing because of my printer. Some of them are really clear, some of them are like quite muggy, and some of them have, you know, I mean, I must admit I've chucked them away, chucked quite a lot away, and some things have gone quite sort of liney, like lines where the ink is sort of running out or playing up. Yeah, so it's not been a very good sort of experience for me with my old printer. Nothing to do with the digitals, the kits, and the quality of the kit, you know, the artist's work. So it's nothing to do with that. It's just my printer giving me jip. That little tiny one there and looks a bit lonely there on its own, little tiny thing. But I think once it's chopped up, right, we've got some big ones left here. Now I don't want to be tearing. That was not my plan, you know, tearing and snipping. So right, I'm just gonna, yeah, it's a shame I haven't used these, but what I could do, could cheat, put a few on the end like that, I suppose, like that, and then cut it off and then use it somewhere else. I don't know. No, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna. I think I've done well from the pile. I'll dig out some more and I'll probably do another one. So right, I'm just gonna put my lid back on my glue. So this has been a bit of a jibber jabber thing, hasn't it? Really, more talking than doing. So there we go. Right, let's just bring those up, and you can see what I've sort of got really to work with. And what we'll do, we'll go into this. I'll probably do a blind cut, because that's more interesting. We'll cut them up blind. I will back this one with some of this again. All I do, have I got enough here to do it? I don't think I have. I've got this one, but I think I was going to use this on the back of a, yeah, because it wasn't, you see, I wasn't quite, oh, hang on. I was going to use this on some A4. Oh, right, it will go. It's just me, because the way I folded it. Oh, right, have I got the right one? Yeah. All I've done, I'll show you what I did. Where's my thing? Where's my big pot of glue gone? I've got a big tub of glue. I've also got a big spreader. So I did it real fast, quick as I possibly could. I'll show you. Well, it's nothing special. It's just went over as quick, because this dries quick. It's Calal. I like to use Calal because it's not as wrinkly. It doesn't cause as much wrinklage as PVA. You know, I don't like PVA. So this is drying already. So what I've done is give it a real good spread, as much as I possibly could, to the edges. Right, that's nearly dry now, so I've got to be real quick. Let's get that and plonk him down. Now turn it over as quick as anything and smooth it down as fast as you can. That's what I did. I know it's a bit wrinkled, and you know, it is what it is. It's not perfect. I mean, if I'd have wiped that off, which I could, but I've only got a dry cloth. I usually like a dry cloth and a, see, that's stuck. It's sticking. If that was a wet cloth, it would have come off immediately. Then do that, and that is ideal for, it's a bit like a wallpapering tool. We have actually used this, you know, when we've been wallpapering. Shouldn't we, our memory keepers? It was with a set, you know, a big set that I bought. It was with a cutting board, I think, and you know, a ruler, a pair of scissors. It's great, and it's nice sort of to hold as well. You know, it's got this curve here, but it's, you know, you can get both your hands on. There we go. Right, now cut that when it's dry. Well, I will in a bit, and we'll come back on. And what I'll do is I'll bring in these two, and I'll bring in these two, and we'll have a bit of a play, right? This one, I think I will actually look where I'm cutting, because I don't fancy cutting into the ladies and the girls' heads. That's the only reason why. This one I'll do blind, you know, just flipping over and doing, and these I'll do blind as well. Okay, right, so I hope you can join me in the next video, you know, the next installment of these boards, and I'll see you real soon. Thanks for watching, and thanks for sticking with me, folks. Bye.